Welcome, Keller Williams family. How is everybody doing? I feel like we haven't been here in a long time, Peter.
Well, it's our fault because what happens is business gets in the way, right?
It does.
So
I've been a busy realtor
a big
lately.
Commercial deal, which is really cool. Nice to have your hand in real estate.
Yeah, nice to have money in my wallet when I put my hand in my pocket. That's what's nice.
Well, that's the benefit of real estate, right? You can make a living if you do it right.
That's right.
So apologies to our audience of Labs advisors. We want to do this every week, and we're going to aim to do this every week.
Well, no,
also try to do one on Thursdays as well.
We backed up though. Remember, we're going to do it every other week.
Okay,
because that fits the schedule better, and I feel like it creates a little bit of FOMO if somebody, if they want to tune in, it's less frequent. So. But yeah, that's the new schedule, is every other week. We do have an awesome show coming up. I believe it's the 27th. Kimber Walton, Mrs. Smart Plans. I don't know if she likes it when I call her that or not, but that's how so many of the Keller Williams family knows her, right? And she's got an awesome lineup based on some new developments with Command that she's going to be going over. So that's going to be great. But I am this is Keller Williams, and I am super excited for today's show. And Peter, you pretty much lined all up. I do want to let everybody know, though, if you've been to a training of Peter's or myself, you have seen this awesome software that we use to create video avatars called HeyGen, and this is a game changer for follow-up and for creating emotional proximity and for people that are camera shy, right?
So if you're like me, when that red light switches on the camera, I can't speak. So there's some kind of, in my DNA, there's one of the codings on one of the SMPs in there has got a little thing that says, when you see a red light, your mouth stops working.
So it's funny, Peter, because I use that now in my training when I I train on the real deal. I use that story about how you and I do this all the time.
Yeah.
You're always talkative and you're a great host and all that.
Yeah.
But that one time we had to record that HeyGen video and that light came on, you just froze.
Yep. Yeah. So the reason I like HeyGen is because it empowers me to be able to say what I want to say without the anxiety and nerves and the retakes and the editing and the messing around. And HeyGen's been an absolute savior from that point of view. So anyway, we're going to introduce Kevin Huang, who is from HeyGen. He's going to tell us about the products and service. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, everyone. Good to be here.
Do you want to give us a couple of moments about your background, where you came from, what you studied, how you got into this kind of technology, and more about you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me here today. I'm currently in the sunny Los Angeles, but I guess about my background, I'm an engineer. I study engineering at UC Berkeley, spent a few years working as a software engineer as well as a mechanical engineer, actually. And eventually decided to start my own startup. So for the past couple of years, I was actually working on my own startup. Somehow fell into just like creating a lot of content for my business. Recently, I decided to pivot away from my company and decided to join HeyGen. And HeyGen just seemed like such a cool product, and also a company is growing very fast. And also just like I get to see firsthand how big of an impact they are making to just like content creation in general. I think content creation now is like fundamentally changed because you have this like new set of tools available. So I think that really resonated with me, and decided to join them as a product lead for HeyGen. So yeah, right now I'm managing one of the products. It's called Personalized Video, and we'll be talking about it very soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brett.
There's one thing that I wanted to bring up because I was pleasantly surprised by it when I was training. I have a video class that I train around the country, as well as a ChatGPT class that I train. And when I train on both of those, I actually incorporate HeyGen and Canva and how all these products come together to create awesome things, right? So when I got into my HeyGen account at that live training in Memphis, I was pleasantly surprised to see that there is a new video avatar that you can actually film yourself outside, like walking. no more do we have to be stationary, right? Like that right there is huge too.
And I think the background remover as well, Kevin, it's got the background removing tool I saw announced. These were things that we were really looking for, and HeyGen's definitely listening.
Yeah. So let me kind of set up what we're going to talk about here. So those of you that have followed Peter and I, you know that we've been emphasizing how HeyGen can be used to be used for follow-up systems and introductory systems, right? Like just introducing yourself on your website, things like that. We have taken HeyGen from what we know of it, which, you know, we've been using it for probably the better part of 2 years or whatever it is, but I still feel like we're infants in our knowledge of it. So I'm happy to have Kevin here to educate us. But we've been training specifically how to use this awesome software towards real estate for real estate specific purposes for agents and teams and even leadership. And so Kevin's going to take us to the next level today and show us how to use this, or talk to us about how to use this for very specific follow-up systems. Is that right, Kevin?
Yes, sir. And what I would do is I will basically showcase a range of, I guess, like possibilities for HeyGen. I think just like, you know, kind of thinking about it from the context of real estate, you know, what can we do? How can we leverage these tools? I think the follow-up system is probably definitely one of the biggest pieces, but I think I'm also excited to kind of, I guess, like just maybe inject more ideas into the real estate community in terms of like, hey, like, what are other ways that, you know, HeyGen can be helpful? So I think it will be a multi-product, I guess, like walkthrough today. It should be fun.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds good. Well, take it away, Kevin. If you want to share and your screen or however you want to present to us, we're all ears. We're super excited to learn how we can better deploy. And at the end of the presentation, I want to just touch on integration, how we can, because we're working on that right now, but we're going to work on how we're going to integrate these services within our own products. So, yeah, the floor is yours.
That's a great point, Peter. And I think we should also touch on the event that we are having next Thursday in terms of a Keller Williams exclusive event for the Keller Williams agents from HeyGen. So we can talk more about that at the end of this. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it.
Sure.
So let me go ahead and present. All right. I'll make sure I share the audio too.
And if there are any comments, if you're following us on YouTube, go ahead and put your comments or questions in the chat, and we'll get to them as we can.
All right. So for those of you who hasn't seen HeyGen yet, this is HeyGen's homepage. What HeyGen is fundamentally is a AI avatar technology. At the core, basically what we allow you to do is to create the best-in-class AI avatar. And you can have the avatar to say anything, to, you know, kind of like go anywhere, to create different videos and create thousands of videos. And at the core of it, it's all stemming from, you know, the core AI avatar technology that we have. And there are several ways that you can apply it. So let's go through some of them. The very first one is, the very first step for a lot of you is actually just creating your AI avatar. There are some products that require AI avatar. There are some products that, you know, that don't. But once you have your own AI avatar, you can actually apply it in a lot of different places. So for example, I created my own AI avatar here. I can show you guys.
Hey, Kevin Huang, your instant avatar is ready. Try creating videos with it. Also, click the feedback button to share what you think. Hope you.
So this is a completely AI generated avatar. And I probably just spent, you know, like 5 minutes filming myself. Sorry, not even 5 minutes, like maybe 2 minutes filming myself and a few minutes generating. And there you have an AI avatar that you can use in a lot of scenarios. And this is another one of our CEO.
Hey, welcome to HeyGen. This is Josh, HeyGen CEO. This is my instant avatar. Feel free to play with it.
So, and again, we are also constantly adding more AI avatars, but for a lot of, you know, folks in the real estate business, it's definitely helpful to, you know, kind of have your own AI avatar that you can create videos and, you know, kind of have that presence in front of your clients. So now, once you have the AI avatar, let's jump into in terms of what you can do with the AI avatar. The most straightforward use case, I think Peter actually has done a bunch of this himself last time I talked to him, which is just started creating videos using the AI avatar. So I actually created one specifically for this podcast today. So I'm just going to play it for everyone. Okay, you guys, Peter and Brett, just checking. You guys can hear the audio, right?
Yeah, it's coming through good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin's AI avatar. I'm very excited to join the Keller Williams podcast today and talk about how we can apply AI in the real estate industry. Peter has done a great job of exploring and bringing in new tech for the KW agent community. After talking to Peter, we found some exciting use cases that we can apply AI to in real estate. We will talk about several different ways to leverage HeyGen today, including making your own video avatar and using it for video creation, translating your video into any language, sending out personalized videos messages to clients at scale, and also a live avatar that you can talk to and interact with. This should be fun. Let's do this.
And yeah, that's the very first use case, which is just simply creating and this is the entire script was fully AI generated. So basically I had an AI avatar, I typed in the script, and now we have a fully generated video. And you can imagine you can add more assets and different things to it to make the video more engaging. So moving on, what's another big feature is actually video translation. So let's just take the previous video example. I just went ahead and translated it to Spanish. Let's give it a read.
Hola a todos. Soy el avatar de IA de Kevin. Estoy muy emocionado de unirme al podcast de Keller Williams hoy y hablar sobre cómo podemos aplicar la IA en la industria de bienes raíces. Peter ha hecho un gran trabajo explorando y trayendo nuevas tecnologías para la comunidad de agentes de KW.
So hopefully that will give you a taste in terms of in Spanish, and we have probably dozens and dozens of language that you can translate to. So I think this is definitely a very powerful feature as well.
Yeah. So for our international market and also our local market, we're in South Florida, and parts of South Florida, Spanish is the main language, which it's very, very popular. So that's useful.
Hola
but the German people buy a lot of homes in Florida. So being able to make content on both YouTube and Facebook shorts in German would be a very, very powerful way of attracting the right clients.
That goes a long way to helping real estate agents reach a market that they can't otherwise communicate with. And this is actually something that I open my training with, is my avatar speaking Spanish. And then I always ask if there's Spanish speakers in the room. And so far, this is what's really cool, Kevin. They've all given it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said when you're able to connect with a buyer on, kind of in their native tongue. I think that just connects with them in kind of like a different emotional level. And I've heard from multiple real estate users, that's essentially kind of like what won them the deal or the listing. At the end of the day, it's like they are able to show that more personalized touch to their clients and then show that I'm willing to go the distance to like try to understand you. So I think that's definitely something very interesting, I guess, application of like video translation that I've seen in the real estate market.
Yeah.
So moving on, I think probably one of the biggest use case that we've seen in real estate so far is what Peter talked about earlier in terms of just sending personalized video at scale. Because real estate is such a relationship-driven industry, client relationship really matters. It's one of the biggest purchase in their lives. So I think for a lot of real estate users, they're looking for ways to stay one step ahead and really truly provide that high touch, personalized experience for their clients. So I think that's why we've been seeing a lot of demand from agents in terms of using personalized video. And let's talk about that now. So the basic idea of personalized video is that it's very similar to mail merge or just kind of like any, I guess, like batch email sending tools. You have an email template and you just substitute maybe certain variables in the email. For example, you have something like, hey, Kevin, hey, Peter, hey, Brett. And obviously bulk of the message can be the same, and you can even substitute further variables. You could say, hey, I saw that you were looking at 123 Baker Street property today. I saw that you were looking at 345 Golden Gate, property today. So there are like all these ways that you can personalize. And what we are doing is we are basically taking the kind of like the mail merge, I guess, paradigm in terms of like email sending. Because right now, if you think about it today, there's almost no email that you will even read without, first addressing you. Hey, Peter. Hey, Brett. If someone just sends you a cold email without, even addressing your name, I think that instantly just lowers the credibility. And I think that's what we believe that we will see in video too, in terms of, I think video in the future will be very, very hyper personalized to every prospect. So I think that's why we are particularly excited about this technology too. So,
the other thing I wanted to mention about that, Kevin, for the agents who are going to see this recording, is scale. So I'm one person, I get one lead, and if I am to make a video and send it back to that lead, I've got to do all of that process for each and every inquiry that comes in. And when we run a big Facebook ad campaign, we can get 120, 150 leads very easily, very cheaply. But to respond to them just with a cold email, the open rate is barely 8%. Right. People click through is minuscule. It's really not very good. Like email responding is just failing. So what we're seeing much greater engagement with is where you send back a personalized response. But to do that at scale with HeyGen is the game changer, because you can create 150 video responses over the course of a few days with just the same video, the one-time recording. And just a click of a few buttons and linking a few things up. It gives you that scale so that you're giving personalized responses with just the effort of a one-time recording. So you're kind of 10xing and more your productivity by using this tool. So you can reach more people. You can spend more money on advertising to lead generate. And because we know it's a numbers game, like 3% of our leads actually close on a deal. 97% don't. So we don't want to spend all our time with that 97%. We want to quickly find the 3% by eliciting a response in the best possible way. And I think, and this will bear fruit for the agents, is investing in the time in this will allow them to scale to the point where that 3% becomes sufficient to run the business. And it's that's the key. It's been able to turn over more, more rocks looking for gold, if you like.
Man, I couldn't have said it any better. Thanks for providing the additional support here, Peter.
Kevin, I got a couple of quick questions, if you don't mind. So the Mike Fitzpatrick team asks, are you able to educate the AI to specifically focus its responses based on how your team dynamics are? I think he's saying to like train the AI to respond the way that you would.
So, Mike, that's a good question. Basically, for personalized video like this, you actually don't need to train the AI. All you need to do is, it's very similar to kind of like writing a script and just having that script, automatically respond to the prospect. So basically, this is actually a static video, and all you're doing is you're substituting, kind of like the personalizable part, which is, hey, Kevin, thank you so much for, submitting an inquiry about this property. I look forward to, telling you more about it. If you're interested, please book a time here. So it's, I would say it's a fairly simple and canned response. I think I will demonstrate another tool that requires kind of more dynamic, I guess, interaction. But for this personalized video right now, it's actually, you define as a user, you define what your response is, and we simply just like substitute the name and other necessary variables for you.
What we could do though, Kevin, and I think this is where Mike's leaning towards. So if Mike has 10 team members, 10 individual agents, we could create 10 avatars, 10 personalized videos of each different agent, so that when the lead is allocated to, say, Jane and not John, Jane's video would respond. And then if it's John gets the lead, John's video would respond. We can definitely do that.
Yes, 100%. That's a really good point. And I actually just talked to a client yesterday about this too. They have like a round robin system in terms of kind of like the reps handling the different leads. So that's a really interesting use case.
Yeah, so we can definitely do that through tagging. So the lead is allocated to John, the tag is John, and then when the software links up, it knows to pull the John video. So we can do that. And then it's saying it's basically a one-way conversation. Yes, the video is just a message within an email, or you can send it by text message. We experimented with that, Kevin, and you can send the text message link of the video.
But the power in that is a lot of times when you hear one-way conversation, it almost starts to get in a negative light with you. But the power of it is the fact that you're responding with a video of yourself and it's personalized to that person and that property or whatever those particular dynamics are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I know when the CEO, I think it is, of HeyGen sent me a video, it really freaked me out because he went, "Hi, Peter, I'm really interested to know more about Keller Williams. And I know that you're in XYZ city." I can't remember if it was Port St. Lucie. He knew and put in where I am, what we're talking about, and the name. And it was much more than just a mail merge of the name. He was inserting along the conversation different parameters, which I thought was very clever. And it felt very personalized then. So it is very, it's not dynamic. I can't respond to it in that way. Now, there is a tool that has a live AI avatar that you can speak to, which we can use on the website. That'll freak the agents out because it's just like so powerful. But this is for lead follow-up. So no, definitely not negative if it came off like no negativity, Mike. Awesome.
No, that's in response to what I said. And all I meant like that is like it has limitations. So no, I didn't mean to assume that it was negative, Mike. Just a lot of people would have this like limiting belief that one-way conversation is not good, but it really opens up that door with a lot more power than text or email, right? In just text form.
Yeah. Right. We're interrupting you, Kevin. Carry on and show us how this works, please.
Sure. Yeah. We can show you a few examples. This is one example I actually whipped up for another real estate user. Let's take a quick look. So yeah, I think as Peter said, I think one of the most common use cases for personalized video is perhaps lead follow-up. So, a customer submit an inquiry about a specific property, or they maybe join your community and you want to follow up with that specific person. And a simple way is just like sending them like a welcome email or that addresses them personally. So let's take a look. So this is basically created using like a single. I just made a single video and I was able to swap out the different names in the video. So let's just give it a go.
Hey Kristen, this is Kevin from Mission Real Estate. I saw that you requested more info regarding the Baker Street listing. I would love to set up a time for us to chat live or have you come see the property. Feel free to use my calendar link included on this page to find the time. Hope to talk soon.
So, and
having the video of the house in the background.
So
my God, that is just awesome.
And Kevin, are you using just the quick avatar or are you using the upgraded? Because it's phenomenal. It sounds real.
Well, the surprise is this is purely just using personalized video. You don't even need to create a video avatar for it.
Oh wow! All right.
So what we learn from our users is that they like to sometimes they just want to create like a video like by themselves because maybe the avatar is in like a specific background or certain in certain scenarios they just want to kind of create like a new video. So in this case, you can actually let me just show you guys. You can just record like a quick video of yourself here. I have some. I think it's probably my new browser. But in this case, yeah, it's super simple. You can just record a quick video message and you can just like start personalizing it.
Awesome. Okay.
And let's just kind of quickly, kind of see. Okay, so we heard the one for Kristen. Just
hey, Kristen, this is Kevin from Mission Real Estate.
And similarly, obviously, the rest of the message is mostly the same, but you can also listen to it for kind of like different prospects.
Hey, Natalie, this is Kevin from Mission Real Estate. I saw that you requested more info regarding the...
And we'll just watch one more.
Hey, Cindy. This is Kevin from Mission Real Estate. I saw that you requested more info regarding the Baker Street list.
So as you guys can tell, it's really coming from the same video, but I was able to just easily personalize just by feeding a CSV of leads into this. And there are also other ways that we can more automatically integrate.
So how did you get the video playing in the background with you over the top of it?
So that is this. So we have different templates. So obviously you can use like a very simple template. But you can also, for example, add like a prospect's first name. You can even scroll through someone's website. The specific one I used was embedding a video here. So there are basically different templates that we can provide to help you make more engaging videos, as well as like showing up photos here. So for a lot of real estate, I think this will also be useful because you can basically embed the photos as you talk through the property.
That's awesome.
You see, what it is, the customers forget the property they inquired about. Yeah. Right? They go on Zillow, they go on Realtor.com, they go on here, they go on there, blah, blah, blah. Look at 500 houses and confuse themselves. It's just like they're in a candy store of properties. So we have to bring them back to the listing that we are specifically responding to. So we want to basically say, hi, you looked at 123 Main Street. This is the bedroom, this is the bathroom, this is the kitchen, this is the view from the window. I think you'd really like to see it in person. I've got a calendar link down below. You can book and schedule a call, a showing right now, and then send that out as a response.
But that's awesome. And the one thing that I saw, the thing that my analytical mind took notice of is the analytics that you have there, Kevin, because our high-level agents and what we call rainmakers, the lead agent of teams, they want to know what's happening. So I see there you got videos completed, email sent, email opened, email clicked. Those are all important to high-level analytical agents.
Yeah, 100%. And another thing that we can, I can also show you guys maybe another kind of like video template. So for example, let's take a look at this one.
Hey Amber, my name is Kevin. I'm the product lead for HeyGen's personalized video. I saw that you signed up for our waitlist.
So again, similarly, there are different ways that you can show the output video. In this case, this is a lot simpler. I just simply added, kind of like the prospect's name.
Hey Chris, my name is Kevin. I'm the product lead.
And we'll just look at one more.
Hey Nick. My name is Kevin. I'm the product lead.
Again, this is all coming from the same video. And so you can kind of create these different campaigns almost for different properties. Another use case we've seen is actually people just like sending out, for example, like Easter greetings or 4th of July greetings to their, entire.
Yeah, I did Christmas, and I did it to our whole office. Like, I don't know, it was about 300 messages, and I wished everybody happy Christmas with a personalized video, and it went down really, really well. They thought I'd actually taken the time to make a little video for them, but all I did was upload the spreadsheet. I just downloaded the name and email into a CSV, uploaded it, click send, and the thing that I really liked is it's not very expensive. Per email is just a few cents, right? In terms of the credits.
Yes, sir.
So it's not like you're making a whole 3-minute video and using 1 or 2 credits or whatever it might be out of the pool. It's just fractions of credits, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, basically right now it's based on variables. Basically, if you only have one variable in a video, it only costs 0.1 credit.
Yeah. So
and I think the goal for us is because we know that this will be used for kind of like more of like a scaled use case. So we try to make it, affordable when users are sending this at scale.
Yeah. Well, it's cheaper than, I hate to say it, but it's cheaper than employing a caller. We have these calling companies where they'll call the leads for you.
ISA.
Obviously, the ISA, well, they're not really internal, but you know what I mean? Yeah. So that costs money, a lot of money, to have your own team member just dedicated to making those introductory calls. So, and then having the agent, the real estate agent, be in the video allows the consumer to get to know that agent a little more. Because even though it's AI generated, it's not all of it. It's only that little fragment that's really, the rest of it is just pulled from the video that you record, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's only that little fragment where it puts in that mouth movement, face movement. I mean, I know it's all AI generated, but it doesn't look like it is. That's my point. Yeah.
We're doing our best.
Yeah. No, I remember when I first saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the future here right now. This is just incredible stuff. And at that point, we didn't have personalized video. We didn't have the ability to do it. We could only just make a scripted video. That was it. So it wasn't really scalable. By bringing out personalized video, which I know is still in beta, but it's open to everybody, right?
Yeah, it's open to everyone.
Yeah.
And we are constantly iterating on the product and trying to take user feedback and just make it better. So yeah, I definitely want to work closely with you, Peter, with you, Brett, and the rest of the KW community to make this product as useful as possible.
Yeah.
Kevin, here's our history on these AI avatars, right? Peter and I were doing training, and our first intro to anything like this was DID, which is an app in Canva, right? And then shortly thereafter, Peter discovered and introduced me to HeyGen, and it was lights out after that. Just so far over and above.
Yeah. So Mike's got another question. I'm just going to pull it up. So it says this will be through commands. So the pricing is similar to Twilio accounts, right? So this is not an official integration between the two organizations. This is just us using HeyGen, which is a third-party company. So you do need to sign up for a HeyGen account and add credits to your HeyGen account. It's not expensive. You can buy them for like a year, a year's worth of credits. I don't know what I spent, $100 or something to get quite a large number of credits. And this just uses those fragments. And as Kevin just said, it's 1/10 of a credit per customization. So it's inexpensive.
Yeah.
But we haven't got, it's not working. This doesn't work with Twilio. Now, it's not to say it can't, right? Because we can talk about integrations, Kevin, but basically we can go with Zapier into our Twilio account and pull the name and email from the Twilio account into HeyGen, create the video and email it using Gmail to the consumer. Or we can even text message a link to the video, but it wasn't pulling a OG graphic on that link. I think Kevin was going to have somebody work on that at HeyGen, where when we share the link, it'll have an OG image. But we're definitely working on the integrations. We're going to be having a podcast on Kevin's channel next week, where we're going to discuss and demonstrate integration. So we're going to make it as easy as possible. It is the hurdle when you're using software like this, any software like this. It's the hurdle is how do we send information from one place to another and cause an action to take place once that information's been sent. And that's where we use Zapier and companies like Make, and I have to mention a few others, but Zapier is the one we're using. There's a HeyGen Zapier integration. There's an integration with Zapier and Facebook lead ads, meta ads. We can use that data. There's Twilio, and we can use Follow Up Boss. And we're going to look at command and see how we can pull information from command. But we may not have everything we need. We may need to take it directly from the Facebook lead ad as it comes in, get the name and email from there, ping that over to HeyGen and say, hey, create a video with this name, and then send it back to me. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to then, once it's created, we're going to send a signal back to Zapier that says, oh, a new video has been created. Who should I send it to? Pull the email and then send it to the consumer through Gmail. It does take a few minutes, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I think the video generation does take a few minutes. So basically, the basic workflow is exactly what you described. You send a lead to HeyGen. HeyGen generates the video. It takes a few minutes, and then once it's done, it pushes out to either send it for you, or it pushes out to maybe your Zapier, and you can have your own account send it for you. So there are different ways that we can do this, but I do recognize, I think, a big hurdle for us as to how can we make it as easy as possible to integrate personalized video into the user's existing workflow.
Yeah.
So, and I think Zapier is great too, and I think you've done a great job in terms of kind of like building the ecosystem and educating, I guess, the user base. I think one idea that I've been thinking about, and I want to chat more about this with you, is we can actually build like pre-existing recipes within Zapier, meaning like, hey, like we know there's a lot of user in KW using Follow-Up Boss as a CRM.
Yeah.
And can we build like a pre-existing recipe? A recipe is basically like a template in Zapier.
Yeah. And
you can basically have that a lot of the configuration done for the user. So they have less to configure, and they can just select, hey, I want this recipe that connects Follow-Up Boss and HeyGen. And boom, they can just use it right away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, and the same with our own CRM Command, our internal product. We'll see what we can do there. We can definitely do it with Meta though. So I'm very confident about that. Can we just have a look at pricing, Kevin? Because Mike's just asking, is there a contract to use HeyGen? Are there setup costs? What's the info on pricing?
Yeah, not a problem. Let's take a quick look.
Kevin, while you're doing that, I just want to clarify something. So HeyGen is not here because there's any kind of formal relationship. We are at the start of that, and we are building that. So this is not about something that is set in stone that's coming, that integration is coming. It's something we'd like to see, but really the point of this is Peter and I use this product. We've been using it for a long time. We absolutely love it, and it can be incorporated into your command workflows. You can incorporate it into smart plans, all that kind of stuff, lead follow-up. So that's why we thought it was something of value that we could bring to you in this format.
Absolutely. So obviously as tech trainers, what we can do is we can help your MCTT with integrations. So if you are in an office that has a Market Center tech trainer, have them reach out to myself or Brett. We'll bring them up to speed with what we're discussing and how these things work. And they can then help you create that integration through your office. So you don't need to be a tech wizard to use this by any means. The support and the help will be there. Exciting stuff. Right, back to Kevin on the pricing.
Just to maybe one more point to add on to what Peter said, right? We are also actively trying to think about, okay, what are ways that we can better support, our real estate users to get started. So we are, for example, the podcast that we're hosting next week. Actually, Peter, I would call that more of a workshop because I think the goal of that is to intend it for users to be able to, bring their HeyGen account and basically get set up with a broader group together, so they can hopefully at the end of the workshop they can have a version that's working, an integration that's working for them. So yeah, that's the goal of the podcast. That's the goal of the workshop, and I will share more details with Peter, but hope to see some of you, in that. We are going to limit it to a smaller group to make sure we can provide the best support to the folks in the workshop. But yeah, I'll share more detail with Peter. So back to pricing. HeyGen is actually pretty, I would say it's very similar to other standard SaaS tools. You subscribe for on a monthly basis for most kind of like self-serve plans. You can subscribe for like different credit plans. And again, everything in HeyGen is based on credits. So depending on how long of video you need to process or generate, it consumes like different levels of credits. So you can get started for as low as $24 a month, or you can ramp up your usage and upgrade to like some of the higher tier.
Kevin, are you trying to show the page at the moment?
Am I not showing the page?
Yeah, we're seeing the personalized video right now.
All right, I am showing a different page. You're right.
Darn tabs.
I do it. Listen, I do this on every single thing. Every time I do a video, like
we all do it.
I share the wrong tab. Right. So 24 a month.
Thanks for heads up. Yeah. So you can get started for again, like everything is depending on like how much like video do you need to generate. If you just want to get started, you can get started for like a low monthly plan. But if you want to ramp up your credit usage and more functionality, there's also options to upgrade as well. So I would say we are pretty flexible in terms of pricing for users to get started.
Yeah. So let's just think of a use scenario. So if we have 100 leads, we would use 10 credits if we had one customization. So just the name. So like, hi, John, this is 1, 2, 3, the avenues, that video. So 10 credits would cost, let's have a look. How much are they? So it's 288 for 180 credits. So they're about what, 150?
Let's see. You're talking about
cost per credit?
Yeah. So let me see. So right here, it's 288. So basically 288 divided by 180.
Yep.
So one credit is $1.60, but
okay. So it will be 16 cents per email.
Yeah, exactly. So basically that's, and as you scale up, and for some users that kind of go into the enterprise plan, we can also kind of have more scaled discounts for credits. But yeah, I think generally that's a baseline that you can expect.
Perfect. So yeah, not too bad. So going back to that scenario, so let's just think of an average agent doing a Facebook ad. They would have, say, 25 leads times 0.16. So it's going to cost them $4 to follow up. That's it.
$4 to follow up with an individual lead?
No, $4. So if they have 25 leads,
I see. Gotcha.
And it's costing us 16 cents per lead per customization. So that would be 25 times 0.16, so it would be $4. So it's not, it costs you way more than that to get the leads, right? It might cost you $4 or $5 per lead. So,
but all of the value is in the follow-up.
All the value is in the
lead doesn't mean anything if you don't have good follow-up, and I don't think it gets any better than this for your follow-up.
So I did have one question, Kevin, to prevent something. So if we were to send the response video, once it's been created, we send it back. There are certain times of day that we're not meant to contact clients, and I think it's after 8 p.m. on an evening and before 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Is there a way to kind of buffer it so that if leads came in during the night, we could then send them out in the morning?
That's a good question. So I think the answer is probably yes. I think I need to look more into because I think a lot of integration that we are doing right now is through Zapier. Zapier is actually really powerful in terms of like scheduling things.
Yeah.
In terms of the first thing you want to schedule, you want to delay something by a few hours, or you only want to send out things during a certain time period. So
we need like a conditional logic, like if it's after 8 p.m., send at 8 a.m.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah. So because what happens is a lot of people browse the internet at night and they'll make their inquiry at 11 o'clock or even 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And the last thing we want to do is ping their phones with a message back that then doesn't look so authentic because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm going, hi, John. I didn't sleep tonight.
No, it's hey, Jen, not hi, John. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It'll be oh wow, they're really responsive.
They're on it. Yeah.
Okay. How much more time do we have, gentlemen?
About 15 half hour.
Okay. I do have
15 minutes. Sorry.
Yeah. I do have a few more things I want to show you guys. Is it okay?
Yeah,
absolutely, of course.
All right, let's keep going. I think we're having fun here. And thank you for all the questions. Thank you for everyone that's been asking questions. I think it's really fun to kind of engage with the audience live like this. So really keep them coming. Thank you so much. All right, so I think we've gotten a good feel in terms of personalized video. Again, I would say personalized video is one of the newer projects that we are working on, and I think it's a really powerful product that we're really, really excited about. And I think there's a lot of different use cases that yet to be discovered, from our users. For example, I think lead follow-up is a classic one. Sending holiday videos, I think, is another one that kind of helps real estate agents to just like stay. I guess like having those multi-touch points with a customer, just like throughout over a period of time. So I'm really excited to see kind of what other use cases that people can come up with.
Well, one of the big things that we do as agents is send market reports.
Yes,
we could. By using Zapier and ChatGPT, we could say, search the internet for the year-to-date market report for this community, this area, for number of homes sold, dollar per square foot, days on market. We could then pass that information into a video and create a live created video with the current market report. And then we could put that into a smart plan, we call it, which is where periodically, like every 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days, we could create that market report video and send it to our leads with current data in it. Which will
absolutely. And you can also even include like a personalized bit to it. Hey, Peter, this is the market report for you for the month of June.
Yeah.
And I can show you something that Peter and I worked on as a project in our early days of working with HeyGen that is pretty cool. We it incorporates a bunch of different technologies. So we use ChatGPT, image creation, HeyGen for the avatar, Canva and CapCut to kind of bring it all together. And it's basically myself or Peter sitting at a TV studio desk with the market stats behind us, and then HeyGen delivering the message of what that market stat report is.
That's incredible. I would love to see it.
Yeah, have you got it? Have you still got it?
Here, I'll bring it up. I've got it ready.
Is it the one you're doing it on me? Because the one I did was
I can't find mine, so.
Should I stop sharing for now?
Yeah.
Yeah, here, let me, I'm just going to bring this up real quick. So this one was the one we did with Peter.
I have to add to stage. Competitiveness. The median sale price for homes was around $400,000, reflecting a 2.6% increase from the previous year. Homes typically receive 2 offers and sold in about 49 days, which is a decrease from 56 days in the previous year. The median sale price per square foot.
That is incredible.
Isn't that awesome?
So what we did was we went to our real estate board, who are the people who regulate our industry, and they produced the stats. We then took an image, which was meant to be shared on social media, of what the stats are. We put that in ChatGPT and said, understand this image and write a video script describing what's taking place in this image. We then put the script in HeyGen and said, HeyGen, make the video. We then removed the background, put it all together in CapCut and posted it out. So it was 100% AI generated. The content, the information, everything. And it's great. And I'd like to be able to do that automatically on a cadence to follow up with my leads, because real estate isn't about transactions, it's about relationships.
Absolutely.
So you're providing the information and the knowledge and the expertise on a regular basis, and a consequence is they transact. It's not, we don't call up and say, hi, are you thinking of moving today? If so, I've got this house. It's the best house in the area. You should think about buying it. It's nothing to do with that. It's how can we help you with real estate? How can we help you better understand your investment? What opportunities does it represent? And in the meanwhile, if life changes and you need to make a move, we're here to provide the service that you need. In the meanwhile, here's the information. And it's all about feeding them information and staying top of mind. So HeyGen's mega powerful for this, and at scale. That's the point.
I think that's the fundamental piece about just kind of creating these like multi-touch points throughout a buyer's journey. It's about every touch point builds trust. And when they are ready to make the move, if you have that level of trust, I think that kind of is what makes you come to mind.
So we in our industry, we have what's known as the longest consideration period. So when a customer, basically everybody is always in a state of moving, they just don't know it. Right? So they will get married, they'll have children, somebody might die, they might inherit, they might change jobs. There'll be a life event that takes place that triggers the requirement to move. So that happens to everybody at some point over 8-10 years. There's always something cropping up. So all we're doing is we're providing a service to keep them educated, knowledgeable about their options and about benefits they can pull. So how do they finance? How do they get down payments? How do they get the best deal? How do they negotiate? All of that we're providing. But we're not really thinking about time. It's a permanent, ever-present follow-up. It's not, we think you're going to move in the next 60 to 90 days and we want to be the one that transacts. It's none of that. That's old school. We used to, before technology, we used to literally just call people up and say, hey, are you thinking of moving?
Mm-hmm. Peter, my best example of that in my 20 years of real estate, my best customer to this day, I've done, I don't know, $10 million or so of transactions with him and his family.
Yeah.
From initial contact to close was 4.5 years.
Yeah.
And if you have something, I didn't have anything like this then, right? And maybe we could have sped up the process if my face was in their eyes all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a very long-term thing. And so what we see is the value of our business is the size and the effective follow-up of your database. So we encourage all our agents to use our command system, which is our CRM, to do basically have intentional, focused, consistent messaging to that database. Not, are you thinking of moving? Do you want a 3 or 4 bed? It's, here's more information. Here's more information. This changed. That changed. Yeah. The dollar per square foot's dropping. That's going to affect the value of your home. Your equity is this. And all of that information is so important. But the big failing is we just don't do it.
Yeah, it's what we call in Keller Williams coming from contribution.
Yeah.
Always providing value, not reaching out and asking for business once in a while. You may do that, but most of the time you're checking on people to see how they're genuinely doing, because it's a relationship business, like Peter said, and it's called coming from contribution.
Yeah, we even have things like care calls.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we'd want to use AI to, because this is where we just contact someone and see what's going on with them. Do they need help?
Yeah.
Is there anything?
We're in a hurricane state, so it happens more frequently than we'd like.
Yeah. Like when we had a terrible hurricane hit us here, it was awful. Hurricane Ian, and the KW community came around us and literally brought us in food, gas, generators, chainsaws, gloves, water. We basically help each other survive. It's that powerful, the community. It's really, really amazing. And what we want to do, and Brett's wife, who is an agent, did this. I think it was like day 2 or 3 of the hurricane. She'd made a video, right, Brett?
Yeah. Yep.
Sent it to all the customers.
Yeah.
It was like HeyGen was waiting to be invented for that moment.
But it's like when I see Kevin's his whatever that, what are we calling it? The email follow-up? What's the name of it, Kevin?
Personalized video.
Personalized video. Thank you. Yeah. In the personalized video, it doesn't say, so my avatar is a little bit I use the quick avatar, and my avatar is definitely not as human as your personalized.
So Brett, what I can add to that is that's actually so if I may, I'm just gonna go back and present. Let me go back here.
I'll just be back in a second.
Okay.
So that's actually a really good point, and I want to quickly talk about that really quickly. The reality is there are some limitations to the current state of the AI avatar technology.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially with kind of like instant avatar, where you in this example where kind of like I create like an avatar here, where you create like a digital twin of yourself. As much as I hate to admit it, it still does come off as like somewhat robotic. It's not the real Brett. When you create a digital avatar, I think it's pretty close, and
it's very, very good. Yeah, but I think a lot of it too might be it was my lack of knowledge when I was recording, and yours, you seem very natural, and I think I was almost robotic in my speech, so I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, I think the recording technique is definitely part of it, but I think what I want to talk about is with personalized video specifically, because you are sending these videos, trying to like a specific person. And I think the personal touch really matters. So I think kind of like your tones, your gestures, your emotions in your message, it does kind of like make a difference. So that's why we actually, for personalized video, we are using a different technique to create these videos. So basically we are like what Peter said earlier, we are trying to actually, we have a mode in personalized video where we retain basically most of the original like audio. So basically whatever emotion, whatever, kind of expressiveness that you have in your original video, it will try to retain that as much as possible while only subbing out the variables that needs to be subbed out. For example, like, hey, Kevin, hey, Peter, hey, Brett, basically only subbing out that part. So everything else is still, mostly the same. So I think that's kind of like a piece of feedback we've gotten from customers, and that's kind of what drove us to, kind of implement this new piece of technology.
Yeah, where I notice it the most is in your facial expressions. Your facial expressions are very, they're you. Like, I honestly can't tell the difference between your personalized video and you. It's that good. And again, it could be the recording technique, but I just feel like the capturing of your facial expressions is better in this than the instant avatar.
Yeah, because it's using basically the original video.
Right. Got it.
Yeah, as at least as much as possible. So that's why you're kind of was able to capture that.
So the kind of takeaway from this, Brett and Kevin, is it's still important to know how to communicate through the camera, right? So when you're making that video, you want eye contact on the. I never do it. You want eye contact on the camera. You want to be clear in your communication. You want to be personable. You want to put that energy forward that you're here to serve and you're here to help. So all of that. This isn't taking away the skill of the agent. The skill of the agent is still absolutely imperative. They need to be able to sell, right? To be able to engage. All this is doing is scaling that strength to hundreds and hundreds of events a day so that you can contact more and more people to find that 3% that are going to do business, right?
Well, Peter, it's what we teach to, right? I mean, the whole purpose of what you and I do as trainers is to teach agents how to save time and money.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't deleting the need for you to embrace skills, because we're in a market where it's skills based. You need to go learn those skills, right? This is just, I mean, basically Kevin's giving us the ability to clone ourselves and scale and reach a broader audience to save us time and money.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And it is the scale of it, because the market's so big. Like, 100,000 people live in a small city. And you want to reach as many of those people as possible over the course of a year. That's really hard to do as one person, but it's very easy to do with social media and video follow-up.
Like we talked about with the translation earlier too. If I spend a lot of time in South Florida at other market centers. And like Peter said, I mean, Spanish is kind of the primary language down there, right? But you have, it's a huge international city, Miami. Yeah. And if I'm like me, who only knows English, I can't reach all those markets. But with a product like HeyGen, I can reach a whole new world of buyers that I wouldn't be able to.
I have a question. Is the language choice dynamic in that we can just insert a tag? So the lead comes in, and let's say the lead responds, and I say, how would you prefer to communicate? Spanish, French, English, German. They selected that, and that was a piece of data. Would I be able to send that into HeyGen and say, when you create this video, translate it on the fly dynamically?
That's an interesting idea.
I love that idea, though.
Yeah.
Especially for real estate.
I don't think we have that right now, Peter.
Okay.
But definitely something I can make a note of. That's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
Ideas.heygen.com. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, because we have a website called ideas.kw.com.
All I'm thinking is you have the video in English, and then the video can be translated to other languages, right?
Yep.
So you basically dynamically request that translation based on the lead form. So when the customer responds, so even if I run an ad in Spanish, which we should do, so we run the ad in Spanish, and I can tag that lead as a Spanish lead, and therefore always send back a Spanish response, or a French ad or a German ad is what I'm thinking.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey folks, I do have to hop out probably in the next 10 minutes, but I do have two more things I want to show the community.
Absolutely.
Okay? All right, let's get to it. Let me see this. Okay, so one thing, this is, I would say, a immersion use case that we started seeing, and this is a prototype that we kind of created with one of our products. So for some of you that might not know about this, but we do have a new beta product along with personalized video. It's called URL to video. And what that means is basically you can input a single URL and you can generate a video. And what we've seen actually recently is seeing real estate agents starting to use this to creating like videos for their listings. And I created an example here. I just want to show you guys and kind of get some feedback here. So again, I acknowledge it's a bit rough around the edges, but hopefully this gives you guys an idea in terms of like where we can go in terms of, you know, I guess like the potential of HeyGen.
Look no further. Introducing, looking for the perfect home in West Palm Beach? Look no further. Introducing 227 Malvern Arcade, a stunning 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom townhome with all the features you've been dreaming of. From the spacious living area to the beautiful balcony, this home has it all. And with central heating and cooling, you'll always be comfortable. Unfortunately, this.
So basically, this is the type of, I guess, like experiments that we are doing, trying to see, okay, like how can we expand the capability of HeyGen? And I think there's definitely maybe some potential use cases for real estate here. Curious to see what you guys think.
Huge, Kevin. So it reminds me of Opus Clip. I use Opus Clip for things, right? So is this video, is HeyGen creating the text and everything?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
One little nuance I saw though, and this is learning how AI works because I've had it with other technologies too. She said whatever the name of the street was, right? Baker RD, because she put in RD. You need to spell out road so the AI knows to say it correctly, right? Is that
100%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that those are we do have the ability to kind of configure those things, meaning like, hey, RD you should pronounce road.
That's in your prompt, right?
Okay.
Huh?
In your prompt for the language model, you would put, if you see RD, say road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like, I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, so Canva have got something similar, but there's no video, there's no person. But what they're doing is you upload photographs and it creates a video, and in the video it describes what it sees in the photographs. Mm-hmm. So it says this beautiful home that's overlooking an azure ocean. From the balcony you can enjoy whatever breakfast, and then it's like this is the kitchen and with the marble countertops, and it's like analyzing what's in the image to create the script.
Yeah,
so that's powerful stuff.
And but this is almost bringing, in a way, this is like the news desk thing, right? This is bringing all that stuff together in one quick. And here's the thing: agents know how important social media is, but it's time consuming. It is not easy being a content creator, but it's important to this position now, as you know, as an entrepreneur in the real estate sector. And I love this. I can't wait. When's it available?
It's already available. It's already available.
And, we'll do a show on it, Brett, me and you.
Okay. I think Kevin's got something else to show.
Yeah. What was the next thing, Kevin?
So yeah, for those of you who are curious, you can actually find it in the HeyGen app. It's called URL to video, and feel free to try it out. Brad, maybe just a quick note. You mentioned you use Opus. We actually do have an Opus like similar product too that you can try out.
Okay.
You can basically clip anything.
So you can clip a video. We could clip this show and make a highlight reel.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah,
I'm not going to do that. Clip it. If this is about HeyGen, I'm not going to clip it with Opus Clip like I normally do. I will use this product for this episode for sure.
That would be great. Yeah, we'd love to get your thoughts on that. All right, let's move on to the very last thing I have for you guys. And this is the latest release. And Peter, you already know this, but
yeah. So I when this was in beta for a while, about 6 months, and I embedded it on my website, and it freaks everyone out because you can actually talk to the avatar and it responds. So it's real time.
Exactly. I would say this is the very cutting edge of what we have in terms of previously you can use your avatar to make videos, but like what Brad was saying, it's a one-way message. Again, it's a very powerful one-way messaging. You know, people can still respond to you, but you still kind of have to respond to yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're doing here is we are enabling the AI avatar to have dynamic conversations with people.
Yeah, and you can train the knowledge base. So basically, it's like a big prompt. You can put in, I'm a real estate agent. I work for Keller Williams. I'm not going to talk about other companies. I'm only going to talk about Keller Williams. I'm not going to discuss X, Y, and Z things like the rules that we have in real estate. You can program it to say you'll not be discriminatory. You'll not talk about particular backgrounds or protected classes, all that stuff. I put the negative stuff in first to make sure it doesn't do something more than it would do something. So I kind of
like what Mike was talking about earlier.
Yeah. So you are a real estate agent. You can do the persona, and you can give it knowledge. You can actually train it specific. So my use case, Kevin, was to put this on a landing page for a single listing and train it on that listing, so it knows how much the HOA is, how far it is to the local store, what schools are nearby. You can actually train it on that listing. So it's an expert on the listing. You can even then put that in an open house on a laptop in an open house and have the customers.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yes, that would be absolutely a very cool use case.
Yeah.
What's really cool, Kevin, I don't know if you're familiar with the term IVR, but it's basically a recorded. It's a number that you call that you advertise on your real estate sign, and when you call, you get recorded information.
Yeah,
this would replace that, right? Because instead you just send them to a QR code or a URL.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so
times better.
You could put a QR code on the sign outside the house, on the for sale sign, and say, want to chat about this home? Scan here. So they can scan on the phone and then be sent to this landing page, which you've pre-trained on that listing, and they could then ask questions about it.
Yep.
Right. Super.
And hopefully they don't veer off the road and crash because they're freaked out.
Should we give this a shot? Should we give this a try?
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Who are you? Again, so what I would say is right now it doesn't have a lot of knowledge. So it provides some kind of like the default knowledge. But as we add more knowledge to the knowledge base, more specific to Keller Williams or to your specific listing, I think it will be a lot more.
You can create multiple streaming avatars.
I'm a Keller Williams real estate agent. I specialize in helping clients buy and sell properties in the local market. How can I assist you with your real estate needs today?
Oh wow! Already okay.
Wow.
Tell me more about Keller Williams.
This is risky.
Keller Williams is one of the largest real estate franchises in the world. We're known for our innovative technology, extensive training programs, an agent-centric business model. Our company culture emphasizes integrity, teamwork, and a commitment to providing exceptional service to our clients.
You can also interrupt that. You can also interrupt it too.
Yeah.
That is amazing, Kevin.
And okay, let's try this. You can also talk to it too.
Yep.
Hey, I want to buy a house in Florida. What should I look up in terms of what's the best Keller Williams agent I should look up? Let's try this.
Oh boy.
This is where training comes in.
I apologize, but there seems to be some confusion in your question. Keller Williams doesn't have different colors or Asian variants. Perhaps you meant to ask about something else related to buying a house in Florida. I'd be happy to help you with information about Florida real estate markets or home buying.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I trained it first. Okay, so
that now we see why.
So it doesn't say things it shouldn't say because it's just AI, right? It's just an LLM.
Yeah.
And I don't know what an Asian variant is, though. That's interesting.
Kevin, ask your prompt. I'm interested in buying a second home in Florida. What's the city with the hottest market?
Let's try this. I'm going to click this, and Brett, you say it. Okay.
I'm interested in buying a second home in Florida, and I'd like to know what the best real estate market is with beaches close by.
Let's see if it detected it. It might not because the audio is coming from.
Yeah.
You're welcome. If you have any specific questions about buying a house in Florida,
let me. I can try myself, but unfortunately, I do have to hop. I do have another meeting in 3 minutes. But again, I think this is just a fun, maybe kind of like
awesome
thing that we can. That I want.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some training on it, and I'll put the restrictions in. I'll give it the knowledge that it needs, and then I'll put a demo out, and I'll embed it on our Keller Williams website because we can embed the the embed code in a page, and we'll create a single property page. And I think the use of AI at the moment, I think it should be restricted to specific knowledge, rather than trying to be an all-encompassing genius of the whole world, right? It's best just to focus in on particular listings, particular markets. Like, should I be buying a condo right now? What are the risks of buying a condo? What are the costs of condo association fees? Are they rising? Are they falling? What's an assessment fee? What happens when there's a special assessment? Things like that customers want to know about. We can specifically train the AI on. But then what I train it to say, if you ask any other question, I say that'd be a really good thing to ask our broker or our agent. Would you like to set up an appointment with John? So, like, making it the person that works for the agent rather than be the agent, just at the moment, until we get AGI.
And just a disclaimer, like we have to do for everything, all the stuff we talked about with follow-up and all that is in a TCPA friendly kind of way.
Yes.
Kevin, thank you so much. We know you got to jump to another call, but thank you so much, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope we get to expand on this relationship as well. And man, that last part really blew my mind. I already knew how amazing HeyGen was, but thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin.
No problem. And lastly, Peter, let's work together to, I guess, to hash out the details for the HeyGen workshop next week. We'd love to see some Keller Williams agent there and help you guys get started with HeyGen.
Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, guys, you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, man, that was awesome.
It's mind-blowing, right? Absolutely mind-blowing. So, I mean, we started out, I don't know, a year, 18 months ago with HeyGen, recommending it. And they've come on such a long way. They have huge investment. They are really a rising company. Elon Musk. Tweeted, is that the word they use now? X'd out on the platform. He did a tweet about how amazing it is at HeyGen. So when you've got Elon Musk recommending you, then you're really onto something, right? I mean, this is just a fabulous product. And I think the use cases for agents, I don't want agents to feel this is replacing them. It's not, and it won't. What it's doing is it's empowering you to be in many places at once. Right? But it always feeds back to you. It always comes back to the agent. What service do they need? What knowledge have you got? How are you going to assist them? Who are your contacts? Who is your database of vendors and people to help a transaction happen? The closing agents, the title companies, the transaction coordinators. Everybody's needed in our business. It's a people business, but we can scale our communication like never before. That's the
and my passion in training agents is to get them to not fear technology but embrace it, right? And so if they are fearful of video and they're still shy to get on camera, that's what I love about HeyGen. You're still getting your name, image, and likeness out there without having to get in front of the camera until you're comfortable to do so. And you're able to capture the importance of video and social media.
So thanks for today, Brett.
That was awesome, buddy.
Brett's schedule has been ridiculously busy, so we do apologize that we've skipped a couple of events. We're definitely going to try to keep that 2-week cadence going forward. Next week, I'm going on HeyGen's podcast.
Very cool.
We're going to talk about how we can use the product within our products, which we're working on this week. So that's really cool. Then we will be back in 2 weeks, all being well. You know, we do our best. There's obviously so much going on right now. We do, of course, have the new changes and regulations coming out in our area on August the 1st, early, because our MLSs are choosing to implement them early. So we've got a lot of training going on about the buyer brokerage agreement, how to deliver its benefits to the consumer, and how to work best in our new market. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Yep. And on that note, I think I accidentally said the 27th before. I don't know where that came from, but our next show, we will have Kimber Walton as a guest with her utilizing I sound like I'm so educated on what she's doing. I apologize, Kimber. Like Peter said, it's been a whirlwind the last couple of weeks, but the 31st Kimber will be our guest, and I believe she's going to show us how to implement smart plans and some of the new updates to Command.
Yeah, so that's Wednesday the 31st.
Yep.
And yeah, there's some new smart plan features, right? Filters in particular. What I really love, and just to not to spoil the surprise, because I think people need to be using it now, on other CRMs, not naming them, you can't work out who's not on a smart plan and then bulk add a smart plan to those people. So what happens is every 18 months or 6 months or 3 months, however long your smart plans go, they expire and then you're not communicating anymore. And you can't find out who you haven't got on a smart plan. Well, with Command, you can filter for who's not on a plan, and then you can add them at 500 at a time with the bulk tool to a plan. A massive time saver compared to other CRMs. So big kudos to the developers for making that happen. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just seeing if I could look real quick to see exactly what we're talking about, but I can't find it. But that's all right. Hey, man, that was an amazing episode. Thanks for putting it together for me while I was busy. I'm building out a podcast and video studio for Jackie Ellis, one of my favorite OPs in the South Florida region.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be 3 days. It's going to be more like a week, and then trying to do that from 3 hours away is difficult, but we'll get it done.
Yeah.
So
thank you. Get your helicopter, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I need to start charging more if that's going to happen.
Okay. Well, there's an airport just down the road, and there's a helicopter, and we can hire him by the hour.
I know. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks with the amazing Kimber Walton. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.